Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom. Welcome to another live class with the stream of wisdom. I'm Priest Qatazap. This is Priest Shatak. Today is Wednesday, February, the 4th?
Okay.
Yeah, see? Memory. It is it's live class out here. Real quick, I know we started a few minutes late, but if you check the description of the video, you will see all the information for the school,
Okay.
right? Class times, days, as well as the links for the other schools that we have in Virginia, San Antonio, and Rochester. Shout out to Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Don't want to forget them brothers, Aish, right? We don't want to forget them. So shout out to Albuquerque. So yeah, all that information is in the description. If you'd like to help out with anything, which we definitely need some help. Right now we're a little short on the school rent. We're a little short by a lot. So if you'd like to help out, the Cash App is in the description. The Zelle is in the description. It'll come directly here to Houston, so we can get our school rent paid. We're about 600 short. So yeah, it's been one of them months. So if you'd like to help out, anything, it don't matter. $25, $10, right? We're not asking for the whole 6. If you got it, cool. If not, cool. But if you'd like to help out in that way, we definitely appreciate it. We're just trying to keep everything going. But these people want their money, right? So yeah, if you can help out with anything, you can send it to the Cash App that's on the screen. Also, if you want to send anything to the school, you can hit us up. And we can get you an address if you want to send any books, pens, papers, anything like that. All right, so let's get into this class. As some of y'all know, as you see, this is a part 2, right? This is a part 2 to last week's class on your heart following your investment. And so, we went through part 1. I don't want to do too much of a recap because you can always just go back and watch it. But what I want to get into in this class, and I kind of did these classes to where they kind of stand alone. So if you didn't watch part 1, but you're here for part 2, it kind of don't matter. You kind of don't need part 1 to catch this part 2, these bars. All right, so go to Matthews. Let's start out where we started out last week. And let's just give a quick little intro of where we started out last week. Go to Matthews. Where did we start out last week? Matthews what? 6? Matthew 6 and verse 19, right? So somebody go to Matthew 6 and 19. Let's read that real quick. And again, this is what the class is based on, right? And there's going to be a part 3. I'm just letting y'all know. Yeah, because I want to try to be thorough.
Okay.
I want to be thorough. I want to make sure I'm being thorough in these classes and not just breezing through it just for the sake of breezing through it. So, read that, Matthews.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is.
For where your what?
For where your treasure is.
Right, where your treasure is. Go ahead.
There will your heart be also.
There will your heart be also. What verse was that?
Verse 21.
That's verse 21, right. So that's going to be the mainstay of this class. Corey, do me a favor.
Yes.
Put that phone on airplane. You know how to do it? Yeah. Throw it on airplane mode real quick. That's going to be the mainstay of the class. So we gonna get right into it. So first point. First point is, since we're dealing with treasures, investment, right? I want to talk about the treasure of marriage. So your first point is the treasure of marriage, right? What did we title this class?
The GPS.
Right, the GPS of your soul, why the heart drifts in marriage. So that's the title, right? I feel like I'm hype. I feel like I'm hype for some reason. Am I hype? Am I too hype?
No.
Chill? All right.
You ain't hyping up.
Ain't hype enough? No, we.
Hype it up.
See, I'll be asking for some stuff, man, and when I start going, it's like, see, he was too hype. Brother was just getting in. All right. So what I say, the treasure of marriage, right? You could put like a little subtitle, why the heart begins to drift and divest. Why the heart begins to drift and divest. And so I'm gonna run y'all through a few scenarios in this class, just so we can get warmed up and see if any of these scenarios resonate with us, and then we're gonna go into another part of the class. So this is not gonna be really scripturally heavy right now, because this is more like scenarios. And y'all can just listen. What I can always do for those, he could throw it inside the chat, what I'm saying. And for everybody else, I could throw this inside this part of the class. I could put it inside the group chat. Right? So everybody got it. But I'm just gonna ask a few questions because I want to get the brains kind of stirred up. I want to get us thinking with these scenarios. So I titled this the drift diagnosis. So we're diagnosing a problem. Why does a man drift? Why does his mind drift away from his household? Why does a wife, why does her mind drift away from the husband and from the household? So this is what I do want you to do. I'm gonna ask this question. And I wrote everything down so that way I don't forget. So if I'm looking at my phone, it's because I don't want to forget what I want to ask y'all. So think of a time you felt distant from your spouse. Look back. What caused the distance or the lack of investment in the relationship? Right? What causes a husband to stop investing in his marriage? What causes a wife to stop investing and wanting to be invested in? So that's the question. First, think back on a time in your marriage, in your situation, that you started to drift from your spouse. And then think about what caused the drift. What caused you to drift away? What caused your investment to stop and then your mind to go with that investment? Because that's what we kind of dealt with the whole last class, right? Was about where your mind is or where your investment is, your heart will follow. I just didn't want to redo that whole class, right? So y'all got the question? Doc's gonna throw it inside the L chat. I gotta repeat it. So think back on a time when you drifted from your spouse. In your opinion, what caused the drift? Right? Man, this is so weird. I can never. So we got that? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Man, I can never see the chat, bro. Okay. It's all good. So I'm gonna just lay out this scenario, the drifting husband/wife. And I'm gonna just lay out this scenario. Let's see if anybody can resonate, right? So I'm gonna use some common names that we already know, right? Not none of y'all's names. Right? And Corey, no. No.
Go
Right?
ahead.
So the drifting husband, the drifting wife. Joseph falls out of love with Mary. He feels his heart is cold. He spends his time investing into restoring his car. He spends money. He spends hours doing this, right? When he's at work, all he's thinking about is the car. So the question is, where is Joseph's heart? Where is his mind at?
On his car.
Right, his mind is in, his treasure is in the car. His investment is in the car, so his mind is in the car. So, you know, you could do the same thing for a sister. Mary, she's becoming distant. She starts to put more time into watching TV or her phone. And what happens? She's now thinking more about her show when she gets home than dealing with her husband, right? So just scenarios to show us, where does our minds go when we start to put it and attach it to something? When we start attaching and putting our time and effort and money into something, we cannot get away from the fact that that's where our minds go. Right? Right, so his heart is in his garage because his treasure, the time and money, is in the garage. You see that? So what would be a solution? How would he fix that? How would he fix, or how would he take his mind and be able to get it back on his family and wife? What would he have to do?
Involve him.
His wife don't care a damn thing about cars. What would he have to do? That's a good start. You said involve them. You want to elaborate some more?
I mean, involve them. Just even if it's just to come out, just sit in the garage and just while he working, and they can just talk and he can figure out what's on our mind, and
Okay.
just have conversation, just have time together instead of just him out there in the garage by himself.
Okay. What's another suggestion?
I
What?
was gonna say, like dig into her mind, what she's interested in, so they could just start talking about that, and where he could show attention to her, because that would more than likely, and then they could just start going from there, like working it out from there.
Who else? Good ideas. Y'all getting me to see how y'all think. Anybody else?
Oh, there was some answers to the question.
Y'all sisters looking at me. I'm like, ooh, wait for the sets. Yeah, what they got online? I can't see the chat for some reason. I'm on here trying to, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to be bougie with it.
So earlier when you were asking the question, sister said distractions and not fully having the love and commitment. Someone else, another sister said feeling unsafe. Brother said lack of stimulation, physical.
Right, so they're talking about why people drift.
Right.
Lack of stimulation, that's apathy, right? You get an apathy for your relationship or for your significant other or for the situation, right?
And
Go ahead.
Stimulation can only hold a man so long.
Right?
Sister, she says outside duties of the camp, family issues, lack of intimacy, lack of attraction, not putting your partner first regardless of your needs. Learning the things he's interested in, to be able to spend quality time without, and then that was to this part.
Right. Hey, y'all chiming in, huh?
Oh, okay.
What you got?
I could go off of that. I was thinking,
Right?
yeah, she could just,
Well, no. What does he have to do? Let's deal with a man. What does a man have to do? He took his mind off of his family, and now it's in a. I gotta build my car. I gotta restore the whip. I gotta paint jobs. I'm in the garage. But he's losing. He's drifting. What does he have to do? What would he have to do? What's that?
Acknowledge that there's a problem,
Right? And then what?
and then
How does he reconnect?
we'll stop working on the car and start focusing on his family.
Right. So remember, he's putting money and time into the car. So you brothers kind of had good ideas, but he would have to put that off for a moment and then reinvest into the wife the same time and dedication that he put into that vehicle or whatever hobby it is. You'd have to cut the hobby for a moment because why? You can't, I'm using this loosely, but you can't serve two masters, right? So you'd have to put down the hobby, reattach with his family and wife, and then reestablish some type of balance. Same thing with the woman. She'd have to detach from her television or detach from the phone or her book club, whatever it is, and then reestablish what? Balance inside of the relationship. Reestablish with the husband, with the children, with the duties, and then have that balance. Because that's what it all boils down to. But there should be a more balance to want to, connect with your spouse over anything. So if her thing is TV, well, hey, let's watch a show together. If his thing is some type of hobby, figure out how he can incorporate her into the hobby after they reconnect. Right? Right, because remember, sometimes we think, I gotta wait for those feelings to return, right? But how do the feelings return if you're not actively doing something for them to return? They don't just return on their own. You gotta now go back and invest in that person for those feelings to return. Just based off of the last class we did, where you invest is where your mind will be. Where you put your time, where you put your money, where you put your effort, where you put your resources, that's where your mind will be. So that man or that woman would have to reallocate time, money, resources, investment into that significant other or the children or whatever it may be. Right? So another point. So I'm just going off of the scripture and showing we can do certain things to cause ourselves to drift from our significant others, right? Storing up rust versus gold. Remember the scriptures say to store up for yourselves. So storing up rust versus storing up gold. So let's see if y'all are thinking, what would equate to storing up rust inside of a relationship? What would that look like? I'm storing up rust instead of gold. There's a rust and there's a gold. What does that look like inside of a relationship? We all do it too. We all do it.
I'm gonna go with rust is probably thinking of just yourself, and gold is togetherness, like being together. I don't know.
That's a good shot. Anybody else? That's a good try. She said the rest would be thinking about yourself. The goal would be doing things together. It's a good shot. That's not exactly it, but that's a good shot. What? You ain't gonna know. You act like you don't. Yeah.
But from what I see, what me and my dad talk about, what will come to my mind, the rust would be always looking at all the bad things from the past and everything, and the goal is not looking at what the person is
Who's this
actually
brother?
doing nowadays.
What is his brother? He got a hidden relationship somewhere that we don't know about. Yeah, he's actually very close. She said what? I didn't hear it.
That sounded so bad.
I didn't hear it. Wait, what she say? She got one or something?
No, she didn't say nothing.
Right? So the rust. I want to know what she said. It's all good.
Use it with his phone.
So the rest would be
On his phone.
oh damn. Wow. The rest would be the rest would be
Moms are embarrassing, bro. That's,
Look-
just, that's what they do.
yeah, they definitely embarrassed. The rust would be you storing up all the wrongs a person does and holding them to that, regardless of how long it's been. Basically, not getting rid of the past, where the gold would be their virtue, looking at them for the things that they do correctly, and not, first of all, we all look at everybody for the bad and the good, right? You're supposed to, but we tend to do something. When you get into that argument, what you throw at them, rust or gold? You throw that rust out. You throw that old 5-year-old argument.
The mud, the boo-boo.
Yeah, it's that 5-year-old argument that rusted up. We thought we took care of that, but it's just been rusting and cankering. And so when you get into the argument, you pull that out the back pocket and throw it at your partner, right? So what does this say? Rust and moth. Let's see here. And also ask yourself this, placing your happiness in things that rust. We oftentimes do that, right? We place our happiness in vehicle, house, or like when we get something new,
Yeah.
we're happy. Spirit is on 10. And then as that thing starts to deteriorate, what goes with it? The happiness, the feeling, right? That starts to go with it. So I'm gonna read this. It says, in your marriage, do you find yourself saving up receipts of wrongs your spouse has done?
Dang, receipts?
Yeah, if that pile of receipts is your treasure, what is that doing to your heart towards them? Like, you got to think about it. If all you could do is see the wrong in a person, then really, how is your heart postured towards them?
Oh, we had answers to what the rest was.
Oh, dude.
Not communicating.
Stay up on the chat, brother.
Not communicating.
Okay.
Russ would be weekly lunch/dinner dates. Okay. Having strife and bitterness.
Right.
Not forgiving, holding grudges, casting blame on your partner,
Yep.
keeping records of wrongdoings.
Ariel got it. Yep. Keeping records. That's the main thing. Keeping records of wrongdoings and binding your happiness to things that always can't happen. So I see what McGunn is saying when he says lunch, dinner dates. I see why he says that, because those are things that, especially in our paradigm, we don't always have time to take lunch dates and dinner. We'd be busy, right? So, we don't always have that time to go out on dates and, go over here and go over here and do this and do, all the fun things, that the world says you must do to keep up a relationship. We ain't got time for that all the time. I mean, you do have to make time, but we don't always have to have time. We don't always have the time for that. And so you can't hang your happiness on those things. Oh, we went out on a date, I'm happy. We went on a date, I'm happy. He couldn't take me on a date this week, I'm unhappy. Wait a minute, what about the 2 you just went on?
Yeah.
What about the 2 you went on? What about the time you spend? We look at the time spent and we don't value it. We don't value certain time spent, right? I look at every time I go anywhere with my rib as a date. If we go to the doctor's office with the kids, that's a date.
If I walk with you in the grocery store, that was a date.
That's a date. We don't do that often, right? Me and my rib don't do a lot of things together often. So why do I say that it's a date? Because I just take the time to have fun, even if I don't want to be there, right? Even if I don't want to be at the doctor's office with the kids, I'm gonna have fun with it. Somebody's cracking jokes, we're gonna make a good time out of it, right? The grocery store is boring, but you have fun. You talk, you rap, a cup of coffee. It don't always have to be some sit down, some extravagant meal, stuff in your faces, spending a boatload of money. It don't always got to be that, right? It's really what you make it. But if you attach your emotions to being outside and being in a restaurant and at the movies and spending money and if you're not doing that, then it's not valuable. That's rust. That's rust. Oh, that was Bakar. Right, I said Bakar. That's rust. So I see why he says that. Right? So I'm gonna read this. It says the ledger of wrongs. Sarah and Abraham have been married for 10 years. Sarah keeps a mental list of every time Abraham has failed her.
Dang.
She recites them in arguments. Every time they argue, she bring it up. Remember 5 years ago when you, remember 7 years ago when you, remember that time, remember our first date when you didn't open the car door? Huh? Damn, bro, like, wait a minute, why we going that far back?
To the first date.
Yeah. Well, what are you treasuring? She's treasuring those failures. And those failures are rust. Right? She's treasuring Abram's failures. Right? And where we at? And she's storing them up, right? So what's the result? What does that do to a person when you store up a person's failures? What do you become after a while towards that person? Think about it. You ever watch the show Baby Boy? Okay, so Yvette, she started becoming what towards Jody? His mama started becoming what towards Jody? Y'all remember the movie?
I do. I want to say that. That might not.
After a while, Yvette cut him off, right? Remember?
Yeah.
And she was what? She was bitter. You become bitter towards a person, right? You become bitter, you become short, you become cold. So, you know, there's a reason why I'm going through this, because I'm trying to show us that we're supposed to be attached. The scriptures say we become one flesh, right? In a marriage. But there has to be investment to keep us together. But then sometimes all the time we get comfortable in relationships. We all get comfortable. We all do it. We all are guilty, man and woman. We get comfortable in our relationships, and then that causes us to start to do this. And then we look up, it's a big gap in between, right? But then that can take us to a point where we stop. We just literally stop investing. So we're gonna get to that point. I'm just showing this drifting. How do we drift away? See, when you drift away, can't you drift back together? Yeah. But then there comes a point where a party says, "Nah, I'm done." And they cut off investing. They cut off time thinking about a person, wanting to be around a person. So we're gonna get there. I'm just kind of giving you guys this little scenario lead up. Right? So her heart is full of bitterness because what she treasures is full of all those wrongs that he's done, right? So what are we supposed to choose to treasure? The bad about our partners or the good?
The good.
Right. So we're supposed to be looking, go to Philippians real quick, 4:8. We're supposed to be looking towards that good. It doesn't mean that you just act like the bad stuff ain't there. Red flags ain't there. No. Red flags pop up, we deal with red flags and we move on. But we don't, once we move on, see, and this is where a lot of us fail too. Yeah, I forgive. Yeah, I'm moving on. But then how, when you brought it up 3 years later? How did you actually move on from that negative when you're bringing it back up in an argument as a sharp pointed knife to shove it down their throat? And so, you know, if we truly move on, we don't bring up situations for spite. Now, you might bring up a situation for reference because it's been a pattern over the last 10 years. And you only bring it up to say, hey, look, this has been a pattern and we've been talking about it, but it just keeps going. Right. But once a person changes and ain't doing that same thing, you can't make everything look like the first offense.
Well, yeah, it's like they refuse to see that there was a change.
But that's the
All they
point.
look at is the offense.
So that you're no longer looking at any virtue. You're no longer looking at the goodness in your spouse, right? So we got to choose to treasure our spouse's virtues. Read that.
Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Finally, brethren,
Uh-huh.
whatsoever things are true,
Right.
whatsoever things are honest,
Right.
whatsoever things are just,
Go ahead.
whatsoever things are pure,
Right.
whatsoever things are lovely,
Go ahead.
whatsoever things are of good report,
Come on.
if there be any virtue,
Come on.
and if there be any praise,
Uh-huh.
think on these things.
Yeah. He said to think on these things. There's so much evil. Sufficient is the evil of the day thereof. There's so much evil and negative to dwell on. Right? And it's so easy to point those things out because they're already highlighted. But it's hard to point out the good in people. Right? But we should be looking more. The scriptures say, be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. Right? So we should be looking for the good virtues and trying to highlight those in our partners and not necessarily the negatives that we don't like, because it doesn't do anything for you as the person that's highlighting. It actually makes your mind, your heart, your investment go away from that person. Because think about it. Who wants to invest into a person that you see no hope in?
Nobody.
Who does that? I don't see it. It don't matter anyway. You gonna do what you do, so I'm over here, fam.
Dang, yeah, that's
Now imagine. I mean, I hope husbands and wives ain't doing that. I hope it don't got to get to that point. But if you getting to that point, well, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
let's talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it. We'll take this last hour to talk about it. Because it does get to that point. And it's not just a husband and wife thing. It's a brother and brother thing. It's a brother and sister thing. It's a elder and younger thing. It's a student teacher thing. Right? But like, why does it have to go there? And just again, who is going to invest when they see that the person that or the thing that they're trying to invest in, it's not worth it? Well, if you're only looking at the negatives, if you're only looking at the wrongs, if you're only looking at their shortcomings, well, that's automatic. You're automatically stacking the chips, because we got a lot of shortcomings. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, we got a lot that goes on with us on a day-to-day basis that we all deal with. And man, we ain't perfect, right? We ain't perfect, but we're trying. We're working. But if you don't recognize that a person is working, right? If you don't recognize that a person is trying, if you can't even give them that recognition, I believe that you're doomed. The relationship is doomed. There isn't going to be a learning. There isn't going to be a leadership. There isn't going to be an elder serve the younger, younger serve the. There's not going to be a submission. It won't happen because I've already given up on the person, because I feel like they're not worthy. They're not worthy. And that's a very bad mind. But the Bible is telling us there be any virtue, any praise. Think on those things, right? So,
Yep.
the vulnerability of treasures. This is another scenario, right? The vulnerability of treasures. And this happens. This happens too. So I'm showing you how we drift. A couple focuses entirely on their children, making the kids their treasure. The marriage is neglected. And sisters, y'all gotta remember, you're not married to your children. You're not married to the kids. You got a husband, right? So a lot of the times we fall into the trap of the kids, and then you forget. Wait a minute, how did I even get them kids? How did I even get those kids? I wouldn't have those kids if it wasn't for the hubby. So what happens is it's all about the kids. You neglect hubby, or you neglect the relationship as a whole. Let me not say you neglect your husband. The relationship as a whole is neglected. Because what it does for a man is this. Man, F them kids. Right? Man, F them kids. Like, the kids, they hungry, they got this, that. Okay, whatever, go deal with them. And then what does a man do? He goes and finds something else to go occupy time. But it's not a good thing, like I'm about to go find this good thing. Usually he goes, it's video games, it's pornography, I'm about to go dip off with these other chicks. It's never something constructive. Why? Because he's not doing it out of understanding mind. He's pissed. He's pissed off because there's a neglect there, right? And something is being put in front of him. That shouldn't happen, right? So the relationship is neglected. Now this is the cold part. The kids grow up and they move out. But you put all your chips and love and the whole relationship was them. But they're gone now. What you and your husband got? Y'all are literally strangers because you never built outside of them children. So when they leave, the treasure goes. You ever notice a lot of relationships break up when the kids hit a certain age? They in college and then everybody meets up for Thanksgiving and it's like, yeah, me and mom and dad's getting a divorce. Huh? But we just been out the house only 6 months. Well, shit, that's all it took because we didn't really build nothing after a while. We made it all about you. We made it all about your brothers and sisters. And we forgot to tend to us. We forgot to nurture our thing. We forgot that the kids, they're not meant to drive a wedge, but they can. Because we put more attention, more emphasis. We actually made them the marriage. Right? That's why it's important if you can. I mean, look, me and my rib do it. We got, at least, we're blessed that we got kids that are kind of old enough. So when we have the opportunity, shalom. We just leave all the kids to themselves. Shalom. And we go and we just go get something to eat. We rap, we talk, we hang out. We don't do it often, but we do it enough because we understand, man, we need a break from the kids. They need a break from us. We need to get up out the house. She needs to break away from work. I need to break away from just all the camp stuff. It's just for a moment. It's just because you can't escape it. Because if I'm sitting there eating with the rib and the phone ring, I can't be like, well, I'm on a date. I got to answer the damn phone. You see what I'm saying? So the kids grow and leave. The treasure moved. The treasure done moved away, right? And then what do you realize? That where your treasure is, your heart. So if the treasure moves, don't your heart go with that? Your heart don't stay with your partner, it goes wherever the children went. Now this doesn't happen in every household, but it does happen in some. Right? So I'm gonna say something. I don't think we realize it. What's the one earthly possession that's supposed to stay with you for life? There's one carnal possession that stays with you for life. What is it?
Supposed to be your spouse, right?
It's your spouse. That's the one carnal possession that is supposed to be with you for your lifetime, whatever lifetime that is. Right? So wouldn't you take the time to make sure that y'all are connected? God, that's supposed to be that's supposed to be your rollie, your roll dog, shotgun. Right? With my ace boom coon. We supposed to go back like waves and Jerry and wave caps. We go back like
8 tracks.
Like 8 tracks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We tight like you know what I'm saying? Like
Two butt cheek of the water.
You said what? Like 2 butt cheeks of what? No. I'm about to say it. I ain't gonna say it. But we're supposed to be tight, right? Mm-hmm. If I was your best friend, my rib tried to hit me with that. Like, I think I'm your best friend. And then she was like, nah, she thought your best friend. And I was like, nah, man, we friends, we good, we besties. I tell you what I gotta tell you.
Right.
You tell me stuff. I mean, Shaddad, that's my brother, right? But I wouldn't say best friend because then y'all gonna be like, oh, that's favoritism. But we bros, But you know, babe, you my best friend. I'll give you that. I was your best friend. Want you around all the time. Right? So the vulnerability of treasure, it can move around. And so where the treasure goes, your mind goes. So that means that we got to know where we're putting our treasures. What are we treasuring? And we can't treasure things over the marriage, over the spouse, over the wives, over the husbands, or then, because as soon as you put your treasure into something and that thing is gone, guess what? Your mind is gone with it.
Yeah.
And then this is where we stop. This is where we stop. Right? So, you know, one thing we got to realize is this. When we start to lack inside of a relationship, it's not a feeling thing. Oh, my feelings are gone. No, you stop. You lack in the relationship because of what you're not doing. It's not feelings. Oh, I don't feel it no more. You know, we fell out of love. Well, why? Something started to happen for you to lose the love. Well, you started to lose your investment. You stopped going to that bank. You stopped depositing. Right? So, let's get into this. Let's get into this real quick. So the husband's stoppage. You can write this down. Now we're going to get some Bible. Now we're going to get some scriptures, and now the class starts. Hour later. Now the actual class starts. That was a little warm-up exercise, right? The husband's stoppage. Why does he stop? So, I want to see if y'all can throw out a few reasons. Why does a man stop investing in his wife? And I'm talking about a righteous biblical man. I'm not talking about some regular ass nigga. They stop automatically. What's up?
Brothers looks.
They looking nervous.
No, it's like,
It's like,
do I bring out the deviousness of my real reasons for not investing?
hell yeah, you bring out the deviousness. Bring it all out. Hey, if you're gonna talk, this is the time to talk. Cause guess what? The coldest part is the brothers and sisters we got in class today are husband and wife. So we might get an intervention today, I don't know. But we got one brother with his rib and a brother with his rib, and then we got, you know, some teens that could be learning some things, right? And then we got some youngsters listening too, trying to get these jewels for the next 20 years, right? 20 years from now. So why does a man stop? And y'all online can answer too. In your opinion, why does a man stop? Like,
Oh, here's a.
oh, they already shooting shots?
Yep, here we
Damn,
go.
bye. Damn, so, oh, it's going off. Bye. Y'all can't put nothing in the chat. Y'all are here.
Oh.
The cap is real. They're trying to escape it.
Oh.
Like, who is this new YouTube user? Who is this?
Let me go on my spam account.
Wow.
Brothers,
Okay.
chime in. This is real talk. Why do you stop? Watch this. Why do you stop investing? Or the question is, does a man stop investing in something that's a good investment? And if so, why? If her price is above rubies, right? And her virtues and all these different things are worth more than gold. Why did you stop investing? I feel naked. Without my arm. I knew I was naked without something. I got no hoodie on, so I gotta get these armbands to keep me warm.
Wow.
Armbands, they keep me warm.
Yeah, cut.
Oh, y'all don't want to answer all of a sudden?
No, ask
He
the
was talking about
question.
putting the class on, but now he ain't got no answers.
No, ask the question again.
The question is,
Go ahead.
why do men stop investing in their wives?
If they don't feel appreciated.
Okay, if they don't feel appreciated, what else? That's a start. What else? Let's see what they saying online. Are they saying anything online, or they get nervous too?
No, they was firing up.
Are they firing? The investments may not be profitable in his eyes. Yep. He doesn't see the return.
No ROI, huh?
No ROI, return on investment, right? What else? It might stop because she isn't being the pillar of rest for him. See, for him when he comes home from fighting the battles out in the world. When a man feels like his efforts aren't having an effect, he stops. He got bored, or your desire changed. There y'all be having some good ass answers. He stops being patient with her growth process in waiting for the return. Okay. They don't feel safe. The return is insufficient. Insufficient funds is not how you want to go. So you pull up to that bank to pull out some of that ROI, and it's like, damn. We all know that sound. When you go to the bank and try to withdraw.
You making them deposits and your deposits got margined out.
Yeah, you get margined out. You put 100, you can only get 50.
You can't even. No, you can't get that.
Damn.
They say you owe.
Golly. Okay. Return is this. He feels like he's not being appreciated. Those are some great answers. Those are some great. You didn't answer. What's up? Yeah, bruh. I want to know an answer. Like, I'm not saying you're doing this.
No,
Just why, as a man, why will we stop?
Like the lack of attention that she will give to.
Okay, lack of attention.
Yeah, will push him away and be like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
somewhere else.
I'm gonna be over here. Yeah, right. But again, whether it be the kids, whether it be she got like caught up in work or uses. Believe it or not, none of you sisters, but there's sisters that actually use work as a wall to get away from their husbands. I'm at work, or I'm busy. Or I'm at work, or I'm busy. Or I'm at work, or I'm busy. And they'll use the work of the Lord to do that because they don't want to have certain combos. And they don't want to have certain things looked at inside of their spirit. So they'll just be busy with work. It's called busy work. Martha, right? You'll Martha it down. You'll Martha yourself to death. But you'll miss the thing you need. You won't choose the thing that you need, which is to sit at the feet of your out of one and learn. Because learning takes hey, you're not doing this, you should do this. So to avoid that, I'm gonna just be busy working on what I'm good at. I'm gonna just be making a bunch of headbands. I'm gonna just be knocking out a bunch of shirts. But you're already good at that. Where's the growth? Where's the challenge? Well, I don't want to be challenged, so I'm gonna just be busy. Fringing shirts and garments and that and make it for you sisters, making soap. I've just been making soaps all day. I've been doing that so he ain't gotta talk to me. So I look busy so he don't gotta check the things in me that I'm not doing spiritually. So you use a physical thing that's good as a way to stop any type of spiritual growth. Sisters do that. Brothers do it too. They do it to brothers. They do it to brothers too, right? But we're dealing with sisters. Or we're dealing with men's. Why they stop investing, the men's, right? The men's. So I'm gonna go down this line just from a man's perspective. And if it's cool, it's not. It is. If it's not, it's not. But first and foremost, we gotta understand. You gotta understand men. What do men want to go out and do? What do we do?
Providers.
How do you go? How do you do it?
You gotta get out there and work
But it don't just fall in your lap. You gotta go out there and take stuff. You gotta go out there and conquer. You gotta slay demons. You gotta fight. We have the Most High has given us conquering spirits, right? We're supposed to be able to conquer things,
right,
and overcome things. So we automatically are disposed with a spirit to conquest. When we get a woman, it's no different, because you go out there. You know how you did it back in the days. You was running through the club. You was sliding. And I'm on the hunt. And you looking at every little chick you see, and you like, nah, I don't like her. Nah. And you see that one, you like, I'm gonna get her. Right? And what'd you do? You went, you approached. Not these days, not in these days. These days, dudes ain't approaching women. So this might not apply. But us old school cats, that had to go talk to women back in the day, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you had to go and talk to her. You had to approach her.
Right.
You had to pursue her.
Okay.
She wanted to be pursued. Now it's different these days.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was a pursuit that had to happen. And then once you pursued, then what? You pursued, you got her, she's under your wing, then what? You got lazy as a man because you stopped having to hunt. You stopped having to conquer. Watch. I'm gonna just read this. You wanna read it for me?
I got you.
Yeah, read it for me. Right? So you're gonna write down the conquest mentality. The conquest mentality. Because that's what we do. We conquer stuff, man. We take stuff. Right? And that's something that's like naturally in us as men to go out and fight and conquer. Read that for me. The conquest mentality. Read it.
Men are often driven by the hunt
Right?
or the goal. Once the goal, quotations, marriage, is achieved, they feel the treasure is secured in a vault.
So what's the treasure? Wouldn't that be the woman?
The woman.
Wouldn't that be the marriage? It's secure. I got it. I
The
got
vault
what.
is the marriage.
Yeah, I got what it is I was hunting for. Go ahead.
They stop investing because we believe. Wait.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Because we believe, because we possess.
Because we possess the asset. That's all we don't. Wait.
That's all we. I wrote that wrong. So. Let me see. Okay, so we stopped investing because we got you. You at the crib. You there. You cooking. You cleaning. And then we don't figure that we have to put any maintenance into you.
Yeah. We
Basically,
stop
that's what
investing.
you're saying.
We stop investing because we possess the asset and we don't feel we need to maintain.
Right. We don't feel like we gotta maintain you. We feel like we got married. We gave you a few Bible verses. We gave you 10. The 10 scriptures in Titus and Timothy's. The 2 Peter's 3. Right, we gave you those.
Mission accomplished.
You good now. You floating. You should know everything. We hit you with Ecclesiastes 25, 26, and that's it. We hit you with Ecclesiastes 2, Ecclesiastes 25, 26, Ecclesiastes 36, hit you with 2 Peter 3, we hit you with Titus and Timothy, right? Aged woman, we hit you with all them women scriptures. Daggers. She's good now. She righteous. She ready to run the house for the next 30 years. So what we think is that we invest once and then that's it. Right? What's the error with that though? What's the fault with that? Is there an error with that? There's a few errors with that. Because now you put this woman in a position, you put her in a position by way of your own thinking. You put her in a position that she got it all. In your mind, she's supposed to have it all. Right? She got this. But then she's at home struggling with the kids, yelling and screaming at them, beating them, right? She's doing things out of order and you can't fit. Like, why is she doing? But I taught her this, but when did you teach her? Well, when we first got together, how long y'all been together? 9 years. So for the whole 9 years, you didn't back up the first investment. You didn't reinvest to make sure that these things held. So you build up this misconception that she's on a pedestal. You make her this trophy wife, right? But she's not really the trophy. Not because she can't be, it's because you didn't build her up to be that. And then you forgot that she wasn't supposed to be some trophy that you put on a pedestal, come home, white, shine her up real nice with, hey babe, I missed you, and then go about your way. You were supposed to constantly be investing in her, constantly. Hey, what's going on with you? Hey, how do you feel about this? What you think about this? Right? As hard as much as it hurts sometimes to ask, hey, what you feel about this? Or how you think about this? To hear the answer, you still gotta hear the answer so you can know, damn, either she's thinking according to the Bible or she's not.
Right.
Right? You gotta go through those pains. Sometimes as men, we don't want to go through the pain of investing. Because it's easy. I got you already. I already went through the pain of getting you.
Yeah.
Right? I already gassed you up. I already put on my best self. I got you. Am I hitting it on the head? Sisters? Because the brothers ain't gonna be honest. I don't feel like they're gonna be honest on this one. Brothers, am I hitting it on the head?
Con. Yes, sir.
Right. So you look at her as this trophy, but you forget she has to be tended to. That's the point. Go to Deuteronomy. And so I'm going here because I want to show y'all something that the Most High in the law prescribed for us. This is a law that has been prescribed for marriage. Deuteronomy what? 24:5. This is something that has been prescribed for marriage to help marriages. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 5.
But see, when you break the commandments, when you get into a cursed state, you can't do this. You got to do the opposite. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 5.
Go ahead.
When a man has taken a new wife,
Right.
he shall not go out to war,
Right.
neither shall he be charged with any business.
Yeah, but how many times a brother get a rib and then he got to be right back in the mall? He got to be right back in the business. He got to be right back on the grind. Ain't no time to do what? Well, read on.
But he shall be free at home
Ain't no time to be free at home. Read.
1 year.
Yeah. You can't even get a weekend. You can't even get a day. Free at home is insane. But see, this is the problem when you fall into the curses. Look at how you fall into a curse that now, if you do the opposite of this, it literally destroys the marriage. Because as soon as, if I take a wife, guess what? I can't put down duty for a year to deal with her mind, to deal with her spirit. I got to now try to juggle the two.
Yep.
And that causes conundrums. And that furthers the learning curve of one another. It furthers the growth. It can help though. It can help the growth if you guys are both doing the same thing. Same work, same mind. Right? Same spiritual work. You can actually grow. But all I want to highlight is what the Most High gave us to be prosperous in marriage. Read.
And shall cheer up his wife,
Right?
which he has taken.
Right. So it's about the cheering up, the getting to know her, the investing in her spirit. That's when you do the date thing. That's when you do the date thing, you do the hanging out thing, but you're also doing the prepping her mind that, hey, I can't always do this because in a year I got to get back to work. In 9 months, I got to get back to work. In 8 months. And so what you're doing is you're giving her a good time. You're showing her all the love. You're highly investing, while also one of the investments is to teach her about being autonomous from you, right? About valuing your work and your duty. That's one of the jobs that a man is supposed to teach his wife, right? That, hey, this is the job, right? Hey, so she's seeing, like, shit, when I get home, like on some real, when I get home tonight, I got a damn counsel right after class. Who knows how long that's gonna be? So ain't no go home, kick it with the rib, kick it with the, ain't none of that. It's like get off the podium, get in the car, ring, and then counsel for whatever retarded amount of hours it's gonna be. But that's the life. So you're teaching her while you're cheering her, while you're spending that time, that, hey, this is the life though. The life ain't always gonna be these good times and just us, because there's a duty that we gotta do. And then you're slowly bringing her into the duty. But we don't get a chance to do that. It's ready, it's like literally ready, set, go. Right? You gotta hit the ground running in this day and age.
Right.
Because we broke the curses, so we took that away from ourselves. Go to Ecclesiastes. Go to Ecclesiastes 36:24. And then somebody else get 26 and 30.
You said 36 and 24?
Yep. Read
All
it.
right. Ecclesiastes chapter 36, verse 24.
Okay.
He that getteth a wife beginneth the possession,
Right.
a help like unto himself.
Right, so I'm going here to show that, because there's a narrative that I want to paint here about the wife being this possession, being something that needs to be tended to. The possession is like a fruitful field, and it constantly needs to be tended to. You can't just leave it for any amount of time and expect for it to just be autonomous without a constant investment, a constant depositing of something, right? It's just like when you garden. Every year you have to amend those beds and add fertilizer and nutrients, because when that thing produces, everything you put in comes out in the product. You put fertilizer, the plants eat the fertilizer, the dirt is no longer fertile once you get your tomatoes and all your different produce. So you got to constantly be putting something into that dirt, into that field. Read it again and then go to the next one.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 24.
Right?
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself.
A what?
A help like unto himself.
Go ahead.
And a pillar of rest.
Yeah, but these things also have to be sometimes taught to a woman. You got to invest in a way where you're showing her you got to be that pillar, where you're showing her how to be that help, a better help, because she's already a help, but you're showing her how to be the help that you need. I don't need the same help that he needs. You don't need the same help as me, right? But we all need help as a man. We need the help, but we need different levels of help. So in that time, you're teaching your wife what? This is the type of help that I'm expecting from you, right? This is the type of rest that I need. We all need different types of rest. Read where you at.
Ecclesiastes 26, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession.
When thou hast gotten a what?
Fruitful possession.
Go ahead.
Through all the field. Sow it with thine own seed.
Do what?
Sow it with thine own seed.
Is that not an investment? Sowing seed into a field?
Mm-hmm.
So my question: who would sow seed into a bad field? Who would sow seed into a field that you haven't fertilized and make sure that it's viable? So don't you have to invest before you start to invest? It's a lot of different investments you have to make, right? Yeah, you got to make sure, okay, when I do put seed in this field, the seed is going to come forth. But I first have to invest time to make sure that this sand or this possession, this field is viable, that it's a good ground. I got to make sure, I got to invest. So the investment don't stop once you get her. That's the point. It don't stop once you get her. Now you got to keep investing. Okay, I got the possession. But damn, was it a good enough possession? Then if it's not with the level that I need it to be, what do I got to keep doing? Investing, putting time in to make sure it's to the level that I'm pleased with, or that the Most High is pleased with. Go ahead.
Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
Right. So what are we seeing here? That the Most High, he gave us that year to establish a bond. Right? He gives us that year. He gave us that year in the law to establish a bond where you're not distracted from nothing, where you can fully invest in your wife, right? Where you can fully invest, you know, if a child came 9 months, 10 months, you got 2 months with that child too to help her out also within that year, if that was the case. Right? But because of our disobedience, because of rebellion, look, we cut ourselves off from that. And so now you have to invest while investing somewhere else. Now I gotta be at work while I'm trying to deal with the rib, but you know, I can't be on the phone at work, and she can't be on the phone at work, so she left to herself all day. I'm with my thoughts all day, and then by the time we get home, it's all about the children. It's all about children, house duties, and whatever other duties. If I got garments, if I got garment meetings, if I got Passover, if I got so then guess what you can't do? Invest into each other. Right? Hey babe, what's going on? That talk lasts 5 minutes. You got to download in 5 minutes. Well, you need you need way more than 5 minutes to download process, and then be able to now rebuttal the thoughts. So we did that to ourselves. I just want to let y'all know that we did that to ourselves, right? So that is the conquest mentality. That's point one. Under why a husband stops, right? Point two. The bag with holes. The bag with holes. Futility. You know what it means when something is futile? Like exercise, it's an exercise in futility, it's pointless.
Yeah.
There's no gain, there's no profit. The bag with holes.
Brother told me one time, he said talking to the baby mama was like talking to a wall. It just-
Futile.
Futile. You can't get it to have understanding. It's just a wall. Futile.
He said, that's my gun. Can you edify on autonomous? I keep saying my gun because I'm looking at the
Did you
name.
see the E?
Yeah.
The ME?
Yeah, it's Bakar. Autonomous, meaning, remember, if she's a help like unto yourself, then you're teaching her how to help you when you're not there, right? So, watch. I'm a man. I got my possession, my wife. I sow my seed, and now we have children. Well, I can't be there to work, handle the school business, and then raise the children at the same time. So I gotta leave her to be autonomous with certain duties like the house after a while. But I will be teaching her the things that I would want instilled in my children. I would teach her how I would want the house ran. You know, the things that I like in my house. I don't eat this, I eat that. We ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. Right? So autonomous. Being able to do things independently, but still attached to a source. That's it. That's all it really is. That and we all teach that to our ribs. I mean, come on, we all can leave our ribs. If a brother can't leave his house for a month and things run the way the way he left it for a month, then there's a problem. His rib you can't move autonomously. Right? I've left my house for months at a time. He left his house for months at a time, and the wives would have to move autonomously, right? They'd have to do things independently while still, hey, shalom, nightly, what's going on, or every other night. Sometimes once a week, it depends on what's going on.
Yeah.
And check in, hey, this happened, I was handling this was going on with the kids, da-da-da-da. All right, cool. You're doing what I taught. So hopefully that helps.
Okay.
What if the couple don't have children? Is the husband the only priority? No. You'd have to prioritize the Most High and the husband, but you do that simultaneously, right? But yes, your husband would be the priority, right? Because what I'm gonna show you is that we're supposed to prioritize one another. Because I'm only dealing with the men right now. I'm gonna deal with the women too. But we're supposed to be prioritizing one another at the end of the day, right? When we go into, what is that, 2 Corinthians 7, where it talks about do benevolence? Is it 2 Corinthians 7? Yeah, do benevolence, that's prioritizing one another. That's not a one prioritizing over the other. So if there are no children, yeah, it would be husband and wife prioritizing each other, putting the Most High first in their marriage, the wife, submitting to the husband submitting to Christ, and it should all work. As soon as something gets out of whack, guess what? It's all out of whack, and then we all start looking at each other weird. Like, why I gotta submit to you? Why you talking to me like that? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Well, because it's out of whack. So I would say, yeah, the husband would be the priority that the wife would look to if there were no children. But guess what? Watch this. If there's children, who's the priority? Don't get this wrong.
You said if they're
If there's children, who's the priority? Yeah, it's the husband. God, Christ, man, woman, child. It's not that the kids are going to be neglected, but you're going to prioritize your husband. You have to. You have to. The priorities go up, not down. So I don't prioritize my wife over Christ. See how it goes? If you want to look at it like that, do you prioritize unless your priorities go down? No, they go up. So you don't prioritize your wife over the Most High in Christ, or else guess what? You ain't gonna have a wife. You're gonna have a demon. And so your wife shouldn't prioritize the children over the husband. Why? Because it's out of order, and then you're gonna cause this friction of, again, I'm placing all the chips in the children, and then there's a neglect inside of the relationship. It is going to happen. Now, am I saying that you just give all the attention to the husband and you just like neglect your children? No, obviously not. But guess what? If my wife is prioritizing me and I'm prioritizing Christ, aren't the children taken care of?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jesus loved the kids. Bring the children to me, bid them not.
It's almost like when everything is running smooth, husband's good, wife's good, then you deal with the children better.
Yeah.
As real. It's like instead of you're frustrated because of the way she's moving and vice versa, and then any little thing that the kids do just adds more frustration to you. The kids is like, oh, you know what? I'm in a good spirit because, you know, things are moving, things are gelling between me and the rib. And the kids act up like, hey, look, y'all chill out. Like, it's not as harsh of a check.
Yeah.
Because you're not already on edge because of what's happening in the relationship.
It's real.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all be making the kids the ops. Y'all be making the kids the husband's ops. Like y'all, it's like you make this competition. If you're not careful, you do that, sisters. You make the kids now this thing that you put in front of your husband, and we don't want nothing in front of us. That's the point. We don't want nothing in front of us. It's not a good look, right? And so obviously we're sensible and we don't let it become this issue, but you know, sisters, you got to be sensible too to not do it, right? And just think about it. If we moving seamlessly, we ain't got to think about priorities. Everyone's the priority. We all moving in priority. We going out, we having a good time. Kids, come on, let's roll. Everybody get in the car. We just chilling. But once it starts to become this, oh, well, it's, you know, the kids. I'm like, brother, all right, shalom. Let me go find me some business. Qatazap, go to your room. I put myself on punishment quick. Right? Because I'm like, look, all right, deal with them. It's fine. And then we gotta recognize as men, we gotta recognize when our kids do need that nurturing side. You know, this is all about awareness is the point. You gotta notice, you gotta understand your household and the dynamic. Everyone's household is not a monolith where it's all the same. So I gotta fall back and let my kids get the time with the rib. Why? Because she be at work all day. And they got me all day. And so when Manasha stands there at the long hallway in front of the door, and I'm like, bro, what you doing? He's like, waiting for mom to get back. I'm like, well, you got a little ways, brother. Come on over here and kick it with Papa. And he's just like, I'm tired of you. I'm waiting for mom to get back. And he'll just stand right there with his hands in his pocket at the front door like this, like waiting for mom to get back. I'm like, all right, bro, you just gonna stand there and wait? At least distract yourself. So I get it. So when they get into that mode, I'm like, all right, babe, deal with them. I got stuff to do anyway. Right? And so I got to do it. But that can't always be. That can't always be the thing. Right? So you got to recognize it's about awareness. You got to be aware when you are prioritizing something other than your husband. Because at the end of the day, it's out of order. And out of orderness causes confusion.
And every evil work.
Ew. Bang. Right? So if a husband, so bag with holes, futility. If a husband feels his investment yield no return, right? I.e., he tries to be romantic, he tries to lead, but he's undermined, right? What does he eventually do? He eventually stops. He eventually stops trying, right? It's like, oh, man, I don't want to talk about this one right now. It's like I'm gonna talk about it because we mature. It's like intimacy, right? When the man is always the initiator, and then you sisters be going through your little situations of you know what y'all go through, the menstruals and the tired and the headache and the this and that. After a while, it's like a brother go to bed like this. Keep his hands to himself. He go to bed in a straitjacket.
Oh, they're like the pharaohs, like in the tomb.
Brother just go to bed like this. Or like this. How you fall asleep like this? Right? He got to keep his hands to himself because why? Oh, I'm tired. Or oh, I'm this. Or all that. After a while,
I'm the tired.
what does it do? What does it do for the psyche of the man? What does it do? Remember, we conquerors. We trying to conquer. Right? But then we can't, you don't allow us to conquer. What happens? Well, we stop trying. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm gonna find a new conquest. Not saying he goes and gets another wife. I'm not saying that. But y'all get what I'm saying, what it does here. It does something here, right? So, and I mean, just think about it. Just think about it from a financial standpoint. If you were taking your money inside of a bank, and you like you said, you brought $100 in every time, and then you ready to withdraw, but they like, you ain't got no money. It's like, but I've been coming here for weeks. $100, faithful, $100 a week. I should have $400 a month. They're like, nah, you actually owe. What? You ain't gonna go to that bank no more. You're gonna find a different bank, right?
You're gonna find a new investment.
Yeah, you're gonna find a different way. You put your money under the sock in the sock drawer.
Yeah, that's a better investment than.
Hell yeah, I'm keeping this thing close. Cause where is it all? I'm putting in this investment. I'm constantly doing this thing, but I'm not getting nothing out of it. So it's only right. It's only fair, So bag with holes, right? Deuteronomy 28:38. Go there real quick. So look at this from the standpoint of the seeds and the ground. Again, that possession, that field, the woman. She's that fruitful possession. What the man is investing is a seed, right? His seeds are what? Not just babies. All right, get your minds up. Not just babies, but those seeds of wisdom,
Right.
right? Those seeds of righteousness, those seeds of learning, those seeds of this is how I want these things done. This is how you should carry yourself. This is what the scriptures say. Those seeds. Because once I plant those seeds, ain't I looking for something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for the growth. Right? So if I plant those seeds for a year, 2 years, and then I step back and I'm like, well, damn, you still doing the same thing. Obviously it didn't grow. Those seeds didn't take. Right? So then now you do what? Do you just abandon shit? No, of course not. But you you look and check and make sure that, okay, did I water? Are the seeds viable? Am I giving the right wisdom? Is it coming from the right? Well, it's biblical. I'm being balanced. The method is on point. The brothers, they walk me through certain things. Okay, so it's not the seed. Let's check the ground. Okay, what's up with you? How you feel about what I am telling you? Well, I don't like it, nigga. Oh, so you're rejecting the seed. Okay, so that's the problem. Or I didn't understand. Oh, well, damn. Okay. Well, that's the problem. Or, you know what? I know you was telling me this, but I got caught up in this. So when we go into like books like Matthew, where he talks about the seed, cares of the world choke the seed. You are known with joy, but through offenses, the seed gets cut. We go through all those parables of the seed. It's like, well, we got to figure out, is it rebellion, wickedness, lack of understanding? Who are you talking to outside of me? We got to go through all these things to make sure that you're viable as the possession. Read Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 38.
We gotta make sure that you're still my possession and you're not just possessed.
Yeah. Right. We gotta make sure somebody else didn't slide over and put a lien on the property and shit.
God.
Right? Put up his own gate and
Right.
block me out.
It's like, oh,
There, read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 38.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt carry much seed
Right.
out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it.
Right. So, and that's the point, right? You carry much seed to the field, but you bring in little. You're like, wait, I brought out this many seeds just by the numbers. I should have got 50% yield. But what's going on? There's something else in that field that's eating up the wisdom, the seed. There's something else that's choking that out. There's something that's blocking it. Haggai 1:6. And I want you to read this, Joel, 1 for me.
yes, sir.
Read Haggai 1:6.
Haggai chapter 1 verse 6. Ye have so much and bring in little.
Right?
Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Read.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Come on.
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
Read.
And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
Yeah, so I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the work, right? I'm filling the bag, but it's not the work. And it's not the filling, it's the bag. It's what the seed, it's what the profit, or it's what is being put in. You eat, but you're not filled. Well, there's something wrong if you eat and you're not filled. You got a damn worm. You got a tapeworm, right? You drink and you drink, but you're not quenched. There's a problem. If I'm putting in and it's not holding, well, we got to look at the bag. We got to look at the thing that we're putting into, right? Go from there. Read that Joel 1:17.
Okay, this is Joel chapter 1 verse 17
Right.
in the CEV.
Right, Common English Version. Go ahead.
Seed is dried up in the ground.
Right, go ahead.
No harvest is possible.
He said what?
No harvest is possible.
Yeah, so again, we're looking, wait a minute. How are the seeds drying up in the ground? Why are they rotting and drying in the ground? Because the ground is rejecting them. I watered. I seeded properly, proper depth, proper light. But what's going on? Well, the ground said la. So now there's nothing to harvest. So what do we got to understand? Well, it says if he feels his wife is a bag with holes, nothing he does is ever enough to fill her emotional tank. Right? You're going to stop putting those coins in. It's like the slot machine. You put the coins in, you like, and nothing's coming, you're not winning. What do? You stop playing that slot machine. Right? The coins is equal to his efforts.
Come.
Right? Into the bag and move them to a bag that holds value.
Ooh.
And that's the thing. We're looking to be able to put something in to something that holds on to the valuable things, not discards them. Christ said, cast not your pearls to swine, because they'll trample them. Right? Because who actually puts pearls on the ground for them to be trampled? No, pearls is a possession that you put. Women wear them around their necks, protection. They wear them around the wrists, right? But they put them in places in their little jewelry box where they're protected. It's the same thing with a man. When we invest, we want to be able to know that. This is me personally. I'm gonna say me personally. Me personally, I just want to know that when I say something to my rib, to my kids, that they're at least looking at the value of what I'm saying. Because there's a value on what I say. Because what I say come from the scriptures. So there's a value there that you can't put a value on. It's invaluable. But I at least want them to click in their head and say, damn, you know what? He took the time to give me them jewels. Let me value what he's saying. I may not agree. I may not like it. But let me at least take the time to understand before I rebuttal. And then go from there. That's all. I just look for people to just, do you understand what I'm saying? Like right now, y'all understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want you to agree with me. I don't want you to do exactly what I'm saying. I just want to be I want it to be understood that I'm coming from the scriptures, and I'm coming from in a way that it would be beneficial for you to follow, but that's still up to you. That's all I ever ask is like, yo, just hear me out and know where I'm coming from. Know that I'm not coming with the Jerry Springer knowledge. I'm not coming with the TikTok shop knowledge. I'm not coming with some weird stuff that I did 20 years ago that might have worked, but then the Bible don't support it. No, coming straight from the book, right? So when something needs to be done, and maybe I got to start doing this more, just scripture, and turn into a robot, scriptural robot, right? So people can understand, oh, that's the Bible. But then even then, do you value the Bible? Right? So we want things that value other things. We want the valuable bag, and the bag is only valuable because of what it holds. So that's another part. I'm trying to get through this. Right? And the last thing, so I'm hitting these different things. The last thing is that a nigga is just lazy. Straight up. He stops investing because he's lazy. The cool part is y'all all said these things. I just chose 3. It's laziness some of the time. 50% of the time. 75%. Damn. 9. How much percent of the time is it just straight laziness? It's lazy. Some brothers is lazy. Right? So what do we have to understand that when we invest, we got to put ourselves to the back and actually put that investment, the thing we're investing in first. You got to actually, like if I'm investing inside of a stock, I got to put all the other stock to the side and learn about that stock. Right? And I got to learn the ins, the outs, what makes it go, what type of news drive. I got to learn that stock. So I got to prioritize that stock and learn it and understand it before I just invest inside of it. So when you invest into something, you got to actually prioritize it.
There was a
What's it say?
Bakar, he says, so we don't invest to break up, but follow ground. We don't see any fruit.
Wait.
We don't see any fruit.
I'm not understanding. Who asked that?
Bakar.
Bakar, he said, kind of understand the water. So we have to invest in breaking up the fallow ground. Yes, that ground that's tough. But see, you do that. Watch, I'm about to go over it. I'm about to go over that. I'm about to go over what you're asking right now at this point. But think about it. You're supposed to break that ground up and till that ground so that you could put seed and so that it can retain water and moisture. And so that when you do put the seed in, it has a chance to break through because the ground is loosened. Watch. I got you. I'm glad you asked that, but it's literally the next point. Watch. Go to Proverbs 24 and 30. A lot of the times, man, it's just straight slothfulness, bro. We get slothful. We get lazy. We get jaded. We get lethargic, atrophy, right?
That reminded me. There was a mother and daughter fighting in the street, and I went to go break it up. And the husband, he was just sitting back watching, smoking a cigarette. He was like, he's done. He's tired. He was like, whatever.
It's like, why you invested in something that he don't want to invest in?
Right.
Anyway, read this real quick. Proverbs 24 and 30.
Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 30.
Because remember, this woman is the possession. She's the field. Go ahead.
I went by the field of the slothful.
Go ahead.
And by the vineyard of the man void of understanding.
What was he void of?
Understanding.
He void of understanding because he didn't realize that it was a constant maintenance. There was a constant breaking up a tillage that had to happen. Read.
Verse 31. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns
Read.
and nettles, and covered the face thereof.
Come on.
And the stone wall thereof was broken down.
It tells you if you don't hedge about your possession, it will be spoiled. So a slothful man that lacks understanding that there's a maintenance involved in his marriage, what's going to happen? Well, his wife's mind, her spirit is going to be overgrown with things that choke out the fruit that she's supposed to bear. Right? So yeah, there has to be a constant. Watch this. Go from there. Go to Proverbs 12 and verse 11. Watch. This is right to Bakar's question.
12
Proverbs 12 and verse 11. Read it.
Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 11. He that tilleth his land.
He that do what?
Tilleth his land.
He that do what?
Tilleth his land.
Go ahead.
Shall be satisfied with the bread.
With bread.
Salak, with bread.
Right. He that tilleth his land will be satisfied with bread. Why? Because now you're providing the conditions for that wheat, that barley, that rye, whatever, to grow. You till the land for a reason. You till the land to provide oxygen. You till the land to provide furrows for the seeds to sit in. So when it rains, they don't get washed out, and to keep water in and moisture. You bring air. You also uproot seeds of unwanted weeds and things like that to the top so that the sun scorches their ass out. So tilling does a lot of different things to the garden. It exposes what's underneath. So if we talk about this woman and she's the possession and she needs to be tilled, you're doing that to expose what's underneath. But when did that start? When does it stop? A man void of understanding thinks that stops at some point. That never stops. It's a lifelong journey. Go to Genesis 3.
In the beginning.
Go to Genesis 3. It's been prescribed from the beginning. Go to Genesis 3. Read. He hit Adam with this. Right now we know this is talking about tilling the land, but I'm going to show you just in the spirit about his land. That possession is his woman, right? And what the Most High said. Read 3 and 17 and 18.
Genesis chapter 3 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
And unto Adam,
Right?
he said,
This is Adam's curse. Read.
because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife,
Come on.
and hast eaten of the tree
Read.
of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake.
So the grounds, they're already cursed. Why? Well, because as fruitful as the possession looks, right? It's not as fruitful as it should be. Right? Think about it. A woman, if she's one parented household, she's already at a disadvantage. Even if she has two parents and they're not giving her Bible, wisdom, scriptures, disadvantage. You take her on, you're at a disadvantage. So you'd have to go now through that possession, through that ground, through that field, and rip out all the things that cause it to be cursed. And then once you do that, yet and still, read.
In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
Why? Read.
Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee.
So it's gonna bring forth what you need to eat, but it also gonna bring forth thorns and thistles. That's a lifelong thing. That's the condition of the battle that we gotta face. So if your wife is this possession, this ground, yes, she's gonna bring forth fruit, but there's also thorns and thistles that's gonna come. And so our jobs is to not be slothful and to constantly be tilling that mind, the furrows of the mind, and saying, hey, what's going on? So that seed can be planted, so that fruit can grow, righteous fruit. Y'all get that?
Con.
So that's for the man. Let's go into the woman. So let me just add this one point. So the thorns of a bad marriage, bickering, distance, are often just the natural result of the husband who stopped plowing the ground. You see that? He stopped plowing, so now we got distance, we got bickering. Those are the thorns and the thistles. Y'all understand?
Con.
All right. The wife's withdrawal.
When no woman's there.
The wife's withdrawal, sisters. It's your time, ladies. Why does a woman stop investing into her husband? And I should have asked a better question. And I'm going to ask y'all the better question. I should have asked this question to the brothers. What is a wife's investment in her husband? What is it? What is her investment? What is her investment, and then why does it stop? That's a better question, I believe. What is a woman's investment in her husband? Sisters. That man said when a woman's fed up, it's son R. Kelly. What will be a wife's investment? Nothing hard. Come on, we only got 15 minutes. Come on, family. Gotta get through these 3 points.
Come on, wives.
What's a wife's investment? We kind of read it. I'll give y'all one. She has to invest to make sure that she's that pillar of rest. That help.
Con.
Right? What else y'all got? I just gave y'all 2. What else y'all got? Let's see what we got online. Everybody shut down when I went into the brothers.
Yeah, the people just dropped.
Yeah, because this is one of them. You hear this and you gotta live by it. I gotta live by it. I put it together, so I gotta do it now. If I ain't doing it. Come on, what we got? The wife, why does a woman withdraw? Watch, it's 2 things. Why does she withdraw investment? And then why does she withdraw herself from being invested in? So she has an investment that she has to do, but the main investment is for her to receive. So why does this happen? Okay.
Right.
Letting him know she got his back. Okay, that's how she does invest. Right. So the pillar of rest, tower against death, help me like unto himself. Elders love their husbands, love the children, right? That's how you show that you're investing. You show the love for your children.
Oh,
Wait, what? Huh? Somebody doing something?
just this one. She stopped because she got bored
Damn.
and need to put
Yo, Ariel be having some good ass answers. Go ahead.
and need to put in effort and need to put in effort anymore in the relationship.
Right.
Probably meant to say doesn't need to put effort anymore.
So she's bored. She's not. I got a lot. She stops because she's bored. She stops because she's not happy. You put happy that you put because women tend to prioritize happiness. Remember the good times? I'm happy now because we went on dates and da-da-da-da, but as soon as we not, you know what? I ain't rocking with him. So you show that a woman's investment is to just do the things that the scriptures prescribe that a woman do. You could sum it all up as being a help like unto himself, right? You could sum it up that way, but then there's all these little small nuanced things that a woman could do, right? For that relationship. So let me get into this real quick. The wife's withdrawal, the bankruptcy of hope. The bankruptcy of hope. Right? So a lot of the times y'all stop investing because you're trying to protect yourselves. You're trying to protect yourselves. And I'm going to show you how. Hope deferred. Right? This is point 1. Hope deferred, emotional exhaustion. And all y'all about to resonate with this one. Hey, babe, can we do something next week? I got class. Hey, babe, I was trying to plan something. I got class. Hey babe, you know I was trying. The brothers. Hey babe, you know I got. Hey babe, I was trying to. Can we go on? Hey, you know I got. Or yeah, we could do that. Time come up. Ah man, you know, babe, this thing came up with the. Hey babe, I planned a little. Okay, yeah, we could do that. Oh no, I can't do that because. Or because. Or because. Go to Proverbs. Hope deferred.
Hope deferred.
Right? The wife stops investing after a long period of trying to get the husband's attention without success. She eventually reaches a point of emotional bankruptcy where it's not just doing things, it's doing things. I'm always busy in this space over here and we never do things together. Right? I know I got a lot of things on my plate. Me as a man in the camp, a man in the truth, a leader, damn 4 camps to deal with, and just a lot of brothers and sisters to have to minister to. So by just natural course, my rib, the people in the household, even sometimes brothers in the camp and people in at this, they get pushed to the back burner a little bit. It's just a natural thing. But then you still have to find the ways to move them back to the front so that their hope is no longer deferred for too long. Right? You're holding off that payoff. They want to be your rib wants to hang with you, but you always got to go do something outside of her. So what you have to do, and see, this is different from you purposefully already drifted off into nothingness and then trying to incorporate her, right? The thing that you're doing, you may be able to find a way to incorporate her. So some brothers watch too much TV, right? You got your little show you always watching and your rib she just kind of there. She there. She only watch it because you watching it, but she don't mind spending the time with you.
Mm-hmm.
But she wants to be interested too. So, hey, babe, what you want to watch? Slide her the remote, pick a show. We can watch something together. We get our own little series up. Because you always got a show to talk about with the brothers. But you don't talk about no shows with me. Well, pick a show, babe. Let's do something.
As long as it's not a show that ignites the drama from the past things that she's holding on to.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's wild if that happens. Because, like me and my rib, right now, our show is Daredevil. We got a couple of shows. But right now, it's Daredevil, the old one. We've been, when we got time.
Revisiting.
That's her show, and I'm like, I ain't really into it, but I'll watch it. I don't mind Daredevil. I don't mind it. I'd rather the Flash. But
Both.
yeah, but I watch it. And it's dope because I actually want to get to the new one. It's actually a very good show if you look at the psychology of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Kingpin was a damn nut.
Oh man.
Yeah. But it's little small gestures like that where we may not be able to go do the grandiose. I might have to put that off, but we could still spend time over here. Read that Proverbs. Who got me? Proverbs 13:12. Read it.
Proverbs 13, verse 12.
Read.
Hope deferred maketh the heart sick.
Yeah, hope deferred can make a person sick after a while. They feel like giving up. Come on.
But when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
Yeah, but then when they get the thing that they desire, man, that could actually bring life to them. It could actually give them a boost in the spirit, right? And it's not like it's something carnal where a wife wants to hang out with the husband and it's like, well, I want to be connected to you. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a spiritual thing. Because that's how you build the Ecclesiasticus 25, the agreement, the unity. That's how you build the love and the joy that we read about in Songs of Solomon and Proverbs, right? That's how you build those things where there has to be that wanting to connect. But I'm speaking to brothers. If you constantly put her off, like my rib came to me, bro, come on, my rib tried to cap on me the other day. Man, can we go see Fantasia? And who was it? It's Fantasia. Man, who else was it? It was Fantasia and somebody. And my thing with her is, what days I ain't available. Right? You know what days I ain't available. Right? And I can make some availability, but Don't try to plan something on no damn Friday night. Don't try to plan something on a Saturday daytime. Don't try to plan something on a Wednesday. Don't do that. Because you're only killing your own heart. Because I'm already obligated in those time slots. So we gotta either put things off all the way, or we gotta wait for like other times when we're both freed up. So a lot of the times when we get to move around is like, during feasts, if we have like a night off from a feast.
Anthony Hamilton,
right. Yeah, so if we have a night off from a feast, we'll look at each other like, well, everybody else taking a night off, what are we doing? And we'll move around. We'll go hang out, do something, like just because we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of days. Monday class, Tuesday drilling, Wednesday class, Thursday garments, Friday class, Saturday class, Sunday garments. What we doing? So we got to make time. You got to be able to squeeze some time, or it's going to be hope deferred, heart sick. She's going to be moving around the house just pissed off at you. You never do nothing with me, but you always got time to hang out with the brothers. So you got to make the time.
sister had a comment.
Yeah, what's the comment?
She said,
What
"Not
sister
feeling-
is it, bro?
It's
Does it say Asher? No, stop.
it says not feeling safe emotionally, physically, and mentally."
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, safety. That's what I said. She's trying to protect something. The investment becomes a replication of the husband. Learn the things he taught her, being for wise children. She stops investing in her husband because he stops teaching or making the Most High his focus. That's a good point. But then that slothfulness on his part stops her from investing also, because think about it. My rib is only with me because I'm with the Most High. And I'm only with her because she's with the Most High. Once one of us fall off, it get rocky. It get a little rough to tolerate and deal, right? So we got an agreement. You got to stay attached to the Father for this relationship to work. Now, can one of us fall off and the other got each other's back? Hell yeah. That's how it's supposed to be, right? That's how it's supposed to be. But, I mean, I ain't falling off no time soon. So get that out your head. But we should be to uphold each other. You see what I'm saying? But the agreement is we are attached to the Father for this to work. That's what the mind should be. But again, if one of us miscarry, the hope is that the brothers and sisters help us back. We can see the value in each other and say, you know what, I value you enough to get back on track, and then move on from there. So yeah, so it's a lot of nuances that I didn't put in that y'all are bringing out, which is dope. It's dope. Right, so when she invests treasure, love, sacrifice, and desire, and gets zero in return repeatedly, this has to be a repeated thing though. I'm talking about constant. This ain't like, oh, we went on 50 dates, and because we didn't go on the 51st date, see, he's always deferring me. He don't never take me no, we just went out. We just went on 50 dates. What you mean never? Take that vocabulary out your mind. Stop making everything a broad brush general statement. It's not always never. And then you also, as a sister, as a woman, you have to look at actually how your husband is, right? He may not be the grandiose date, go out here, eat dinner, da-da-da-da. He may not be the movie type. He may not be this. He may not be that. But he might be the, hey, just come kick it with me type. Hey, come hang out with me. I got this going on. You want to go? You know, if I'm going somewhere and my rib is on, I'm like, hey, you trying to roll to the store with me? She already knows what it is. Drop everything and let's go. I don't care what you're doing. You be in the middle of cooking. You could be in the middle of giving the babies it don't matter. If I say, I'm about to go to the store, you want to roll? She like, listen, yep. Because she knows what that means. I don't need you to go to the store with me. I don't need help to go get the little bag of coffee or some tissue. I don't need help. That's, hey, let's go kick it real quick. We gonna hit the store. We might hit some other spots. But it's more of a, hey, let's go get a chance to get away and just talk a little bit without all the noise and the kids and the, hey, stop. Hey, get down. Hey, why'd you do, hey, right? It's let's get away real quick and just air out our thoughts, our mind, and just chill real quick. And she ain't slow with that. She's like, got my purse. Got my purse. Group chat text, hey, we out. Somebody watch it. We go do our thing. Right? But it can't always just be that though. It does have to be some things that she wants. Right? And so you gotta allow space for that. Right? They're gonna come with idea. They want to go to concerts of little R&B singers, and they want to go here and they want to go to this type of spot to go eat. Yo, you gotta do it, brothers. If you got the time, you gotta do it. You just do. You gotta be able to maintain the situation. It can't always be I'm busy. You can't. Nah. You don't maintain a relationship that way. You can't maintain any relationship that way. So, hope deferred, emotional exhaustion. Next point. Empty vessel. The empty vessel defense. Now I'm using I'm using like these old crazy titles for this stuff, right? But just to make it fun. I didn't put a script. I had the scripture here and I erased it. Damn. The empty vessel, right? She stops giving because she feels like she has nothing left to give. And so that's a compilation of just many different things that are happening throughout the relationship, right? She cannot draw water from an empty well. Well, why does your wife not have anything to give? It goes back into what Ashariah said. You stop giving her something. You stop watering her. You stop being that well full of water for her to draw from. It says, go to the one where it says, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. I had a scripture here and I erased it.
Huh.
So now I'm thinking on the fly. Read.
John chapter 7 verse 38.
Go ahead.
He that believeth on me,
Right.
as the scripture has said,
Go ahead.
out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Right. So that's what a husband should represent to his wife, a river of water. Right? That she should be able to draw from that wisdom. Go to Psalms real quick, 1:1. That wisdom that is supposed to get her to continue to grow and have something to offer back. So what am I showing? That there has to be a reciprocal of the husband always has to be the husband regardless. And then he has to have something that he's putting inside of his wife by way of wisdom and knowledge and effort. And then she's able to draw from that and then reciprocate those efforts back. I'll give y'all an example. I've talked about this before. One of the things that I got to constantly work on when it comes to me and my rib is I got to stop taking her duties away. Meaning, I got to let her do what she naturally wants to do, which is look out and take care of me. Right? So, hey, babe, you need something to drink? No, I'm good. And then 5 minutes later, I'm getting my own drink. Mm-hmm. Hey, babe, you hungry? No, I'm good. And then 2 seconds later, I'm warming up my own food. Now, sometimes I don't be hungry when she asks, or I don't know what I want. And so to not have all this confusion, I'm just like in the fridge and I'm like, okay, I'm about to make one of them meals where you just put mad leftovers and different things together and I'm fine with that. Or I might just grab some damn chips and I'm gone. Water, I'm out of there. Sometimes you just don't know, right? But you don't want to make it a habit to remove a person from what they naturally are trying to do for you. Because they're gonna feel like, what's the point of me being here if you can do it all yourself? Right?
Yeah.
What do I have to give if you're doing it? So, if she asks, yeah, babe, I'll take some water. Yeah, I might not want the water right then and there at that moment, but I normally get thirsty later. Mm-hmm. So bring me some water. I'll take it. Or I'll eat. Her would be killing me, bro. She'll make the plate before and then bring it up like, I hope you're hungry. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I can't say no. Because what that's going to do is going to put in her mind, okay, I did all this and now I'm not needed. Right? So I'm like, no, just bring it out here. Right? I'm stuffing myself. Because I don't want to put in her head that she's not needed or appreciated. Because that's what that is. It's like, I have nothing to give because I'm not appreciated. And nothing's being put into me. So it's about constantly putting something in that person, constantly investing so they can have something to draw from also. Right? Read on, was that it?
You wanted Psalms 1:1?
Read Psalms, yeah.
Psalm chapter 1, verse 1.
right?
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly,
Right?
nor standeth in the way of sinners,
Go ahead.
nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Go ahead.
But his delight is in the law of the Lord.
Go to what? Verse 3. He's planted by the rivers of water.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And he shall be like a tree
Uh-huh.
planted by the rivers of water,
Go ahead.
that bringeth forth his fruit in his
Because
season.
that's the point. A tree planted by water constantly has something to draw from.
Hmm.
If we're supposed to be that water to our wives, that fountain that they draw from, that's how they're able to establish themselves. But once we stop being that fountain or that river of water, bringing that wisdom, guess what? Whether they even if they're rejecting, we see what happens. They're no longer viable. So if they reject it willingly, they're not viable. If we stop, they're not going to be viable, because what wisdom where are they going to get the wisdom from? Where are they going to get the learning from? Right? So we got to be careful of our maintenance. Y'all understand that? Right. So, so the deepest issue, this is the deepest issue. The deepest issue why a wife stops wanting to be invested in. Who can tell me why does a wife want to stop? What's the deepest issue that you can think of? What's the deepest issue that a wife says, I don't want to be invested in? Come on, sisters, y'all been there. Some of y'all. What?
I think she doesn't want to grow.
Okay, she doesn't want to grow. Take it more to the angle of the relationship and the husband. Look at, like, y'all been here. A lot of women, he sung the song, When a Woman's Fed. Just think about a woman. When she's at her end, when she's at her end, she don't want to do what? She don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
She don't want to be around you. She don't want to fix things. She don't want to work on nothing. It's over. It's done. In her mind, it's uber pointless, right? It's just I'm done. That's it, right? But it's deeper than that. It's more of a, you know, when a woman is numb to what's going on around her, she numbs herself.
Mhm.
She's calloused. Okay. So this is the most dangerous stage.
She doesn't want to desire you, or she doesn't give up on multiple things.
She doesn't what?
She doesn't desire you, or
She's given up on multiple things. Right. She doesn't desire you, or she's given up. Yep, that's the thing. She's given up. But there's a reason. Remember, we're dealing with how this is like protection mechanisms in a woman's head.
there's another one too.
So what is she protecting? And think about it. We there's things that happen to us, like, you know, when you lift weights or you lift something a lot, what do you develop on your hands? To do what? What do calluses do? They have a function.
Harden up.
Well, that's what they do. They get hard, but what's the function of them hardening for you to what?
So you can handle it.
So you can continue to lift the heavy weight. But they also protect
Protects your hand.
They also protect the skin underneath from constantly being irritated. So a lot of the times, what does a woman do with her heart? She hardens it. It's like a callus. Once she's fed up all the way, she's like, I'm good. And she calluses over, right? So, what else were they saying online?
When she's done everything she could do.
Right, when she's done everything she could do. Let's see.
Mhm.
Because I'm not necessarily saying that these things are good things, but these are realities of how men and women deal in relationships and where things go to.
I think.
The most dangerous stage. This is not just a wife who has stopped giving. This is a wife who has closed the bank and refuses to accept deposits. So now she's openly rejecting the wisdom. You send a Bible scripture, she ain't dealing with that. She may accept it on her phone when she reads it, but guess what? Her mind is shut down from the wisdom. Her mind is shut down from the thought of you. Her mind is actually shut down from her kids and everything that is associated.
There's a couple more comments that fell in.
Let me read this real quick. Even if the husband tries to change, she rejects it. Why? What you got?
So, something or someone else has her attention.
Okay, yep.
She started to build walls.
Damn. First of all, Ariel, you should know all this. You too young to know all this. The sister speaks as a wise woman. Yes, because that's what those calluses are. She starts to build up walls, right? She starts to wall herself off from the outside world because I got to protect peace. I got to protect my heart. You know all the talking point. I got to protect my heart. I got to protect my peace. I got to protect this. I got to protect my sanity. I got to protect this. And you're the thing that's infringing. So I got to shut you off, right? So let's go through it real quick. Got a little bit of time. So the callus of protection, and I put in parentheses the hardened heart. And he gonna put it in the chat. She has been hurt so many times that she has built a wall to keep the thief out or the pain. But the same wall keeps the treasure out, which is the love, which is the investment. So the same wall, I always say that. You build a wall, you keep things out, but you keep things in. Nothing can come in and nothing can go out. So that wall has to be strategically built to be able to accept the things it needs to accept and release the things that are damaging. But we just build a wall. We don't calculate in and out. We just like, look, I'm blocking everything off.
No gate, no
Nothing.
drawbridge, no door.
No window to let the dove see if there's some land to land on. Nothing.
God, just
Nothing. It's a wall. And you wall off, and then guess what? People are trying to invest. People are trying to love, but you walled yourself off. Right? And then, truthfully, you're holding in a lot of that hurt and pain anyway. You're holding in the stuff that you already have in you, right? From being hurt. Where we at? She has been hurt so many times. Oh, I said that. Right. So I just looked this up. The anatomy of a spiritual callus. Definition: a callus is a layer of dead tissue that forms over a living nerve to absorb the shock. So you put yourself dead and numb to absorb the shock of what's going on with you in life. To absorb that. Purpose. Anesthesia, to stop the sting. So when you got raw hands trying to lift that weight, it stings, it burns. But once it's calloused over, that thing like a baseball glove. It's just hard and you can grab anything, right? When it's calloused over, you don't feel it. So it's like an anesthetic. It numbs you. When a person's heart is exposed to constant criticism, neglect, broken promises, which is the friction, right? It makes them raw, right? They're like the nerve endings that are raw. It says living with raw nerves is debilitating, right? The function of a callus forms to numb the area. Because when you have a callus, so you do this, you can't feel it. It's just hard skin. It numbs the area. It allows the person to wake up, go to work, raise children without crying every single day. So you callus over your heart so you can function. Because you still got children to raise. You still got a job to go to do. You still got a life to live. So you'll callus over so you don't break down daily. But see, there's so many other parts to this that I can go into that I'm not going to go into, where you don't have to be hard. What's the purpose? Survival. To maintain your function. It's the only reason why we do it. It's a survival mechanism. If you lift heavy weights with soft hands, your hands will bleed and you will have to stop lifting. If you develop calluses, you can keep lifting heavy burdens. A wife or a husband often develops a callus so they can carry the heavy burden of a lonely marriage without collapsing. It is a survival instinct. So what does that mean? Well, I'm hardened, you're hardened. We're trying to keep this thing going. And so we don't have to feel the sting of what we're doing to each other. Guess what we do? We just callous ourselves over. We just move in that calloused mind, that calloused heart. Because once we got a deal, then what? We got to open up the bank. We got to knock down the wall. That means I got to go and deposit and you got to receive deposit. And then I got to be, I'm going to go into it, but I got to sit back and wait for my deposit to yield something. So that takes a whole nother thing like patience, long suffering, understanding, humility, right? But see, those are the things we don't want to deal with. So we rather just be hard towards each other and be calloused. The danger of hardness allows them to function, but it prevents them from connecting. You see that? So it doesn't matter if the husband is changing and trying to do things better. We're never going to be on the same page because I'm hard and you softened up. We both was hard. I softened up. I'm trying to deposit, but guess what? Nothing's penetrating. And then what's hitting the soft hands is all the pain and hurt of being rejected. And then I get hard again. And then by the time you soften up, I ain't trying to deal with you. And we always on the mismatched pages. I think some of us have been through these relationships where because of the hardness of your hearts, we bump heads. Okay, I'm ready to be soft now. You still hard. And then 6 months later, I'm ready to be soft-hearted, but now you become hard-hearted. How does that work? It don't, right? It don't work. Go to Mark. Go to Mark 16 and verse 11. Go to Proverbs 18 and 19. Read that. Mark 16 and verse 11.
Book of Mark, chapter 16 and verse 11.
And hopefully I'm making sense online. Hopefully y'all are understanding. Right, when she is mistreated continuously and disregarded. Come on. Everything that y'all are saying is on point. Yes. The bill walls taking no consideration. Stage of resentment is real. The stage of resentment. Yeah, ooh. Yeah, you start to resent. God dang. Start to resent your husband. Yeah. It's a rough place. It's a rough place for a person to allow themselves to get to, because you have to allow yourself to get there. I don't care what anyone says. You allow yourself to get in these places. Yes, you can be mistreated. You can be dealt the wrong cards, but you got to allow yourself to break into that corner of resentment, or you can fight. Right? So it's about what? It's about, again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, and not storing up all the bad and allowing that to put you in this box where now you're resentful. I'm only storing up the bad moments. We've been together for 15 years, but it's only been all bad. So we never had a good moment? Nah, I can only remember the bad stuff. It's hard to not resent a person that you feel has only put you through bad. It's hard. But you have to fight to not allow yourself to get there. Be not overcome with evil, overcome evil with good. You got to be the Titus 2, where it says, to the pure, all things are pure. You got to look at things for the purity. You got to go back to the Philippians 4 when it said, if it be any purity, if it be any virtue, think on these things. You got to allow yourself and fight. No matter what a person puts you through. You gotta put your mind in the Most High. Read where you at.
Book of Mark, chapter 16, verse 11.
Go ahead.
And they, when they had heard that he was alive.
Right. Wait. Mark 16 and verse 11.
Okay.
Read, yep.
And have been seen of her, believe not.
Right, so this is Yahweh Shai resurrecting. There's a reason why I'm going here. Go ahead.
After that, he appeared in another form unto two of them,
Right,
as they walked and went into the country.
go ahead.
And they went and told it unto the residue.
Come on.
Neither believed they them.
Neither what?
Neither believed they them.
Go ahead.
Afterward, he appeared unto the 11 as they sat at meat,
Right,
and upbraided them with their unbelief and hardness of heart.
right, because with hardness of heart, unbelief is right there. And with unbelief hardness of heart is yet to follow. Why am I going here? Because once a woman stops believing in her husband, that hardness of heart is the next thing. Once she stops believing in his wisdom, once she stops believing in his leadership, once she's hardened to the point where she don't see the point in being with this man, these two things work hand in hand. Unbelief, hardness of heart. Unbelief, hardness of heart. Hardness of heart. Unbelief. I can't let anything penetrate me for me to see the good. So I don't believe in what you're saying, but I changed. I don't care. I don't see it. Well, did you look? Nah, my heart's hardened.
Yeah.
My heart's hardened. Like it just goes hand in hand. Go ahead.
Because they believed not them which had seen him after he was risen.
Proverbs 18 and 19.
Proverbs 18, verse 19.
Right, go ahead.
A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city.
Yeah, this woman becomes like this strong city that can't be won over. You can't break the bars to this city. You can't penetrate. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Read on.
And their contention.
And they're what?
Contention.
All the reasons to be hard. All the reasons to be sealed up. All the reasons to be walled off. Read.
Are like the bars of a castle.
Yeah, it's like trying to break out of a jail with your bare hands. You ain't doing it. Because they got strong reasoning. They bring out every negative instance. Remember when you did this, and he did this, and it's always been like this, and and y'all just don't know. And they got every negative. Like the contentions are like the contentions of a jail. Think about that, man. They got strong reason. Because I'm hard. I'm hardened to the point where I cannot see a light. There's no yielding. Right?
John?
So when the wife stops wanting investment, she's become a strong city. She views her husband's sudden attempts to be nice, not as a treasure, but as a Trojan horse. He's just trying to get her to be nice so he could do the same things that he did before. It's a Trojan horse, right? She suspects his motives to be just for his own gain. He's just doing this because brothers told him to be nice. You only being nice now because the brother said something. You only being, so I'm not going to let you in because I know what your games are, but you don't know. You don't know, right? Got one more point. And I know some of y'all sisters be feeling this. Some of y'all, and I was talking about this earlier, some of y'all feel unworthy. Some of y'all don't feel like you're adequate. And so you let that play with your mind, whether it be, I might have gained a little bit of weight, or I'm getting older, or I don't, there's certain things I just don't do as well, right? You let that play with you to the point where it deters you from continuing to just be what he needs, right? And go to 2 Corinthians 10 and 12. Sometimes a wife stops wanting investment because she no longer believes she is a treasure worth keeping. If she feels ugly, unloved, or full of shame, she will push away investments because it feels inconsistent with her reality. So your reality is one thing, but his reality is another. Well, you just want somebody younger. Well, not really. Well, you just want this and that. You don't know what I want. Did you ask? What I want is for your ass to be in order. That's what I actually really want. Right? That's what I actually really want. Well, you want this or you want that. Well, is there something wrong with is there something wrong with a man wanting something from his wife and a wife wanting something from her husband? Of course not. Right? And certain things we do have to do to be able to keep up with one another. Right? So if a woman is like, well, my weight, well, sis, you got to fight to get that weight down. Then, if you know that he liked you when you were the pre-baby weight, and he was, and that's, you know, but he understands, hey, you had a few kids, and they're my kids, and that's comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm.
He's rocking with you, but that doesn't mean that because he rocks with that for the moment, that means that you just let it all loose. Nah, get up in the gym and fight. Take a walk, change your diet, fight. Show that you're willing to fight for what you know he likes. That way you ain't got to worry about, oh, well, he likes us to the point where he has to replace me because I don't want to do it, which is crazy. Ain't nobody replacing no rib because of the weight.
Nope.
Right? That's wild. If anything, your weight becomes an issue because it's unhealthy.
Yep.
And because you can't function in your health. And that's why we get on your asses. Not because we want to get some young tender.
Mhm.
Young tenders got problems. Right? They got issues. And it's not weight. They got the weight of the world on their shoulders that ain't nobody trying to deal with that. So we would rather that, hey, let's fight for each other. Hey, okay, my weight's an issue. Because what though? Is it because of just physical? Of course not. It's beyond just a physical attraction. It's because now it's becoming a thing where you're not going to be around for the children. You're not going to be my wife much longer on the earth if your health is in jeopardy.
Gotta start making plans for what if I don't have a wife?
Yeah.
I have a rib.
Yeah, if you become unhealthy, that's what we got to worry about.
Mhm.
And when things become unhealthy, it's okay. Now we got to evaluate this thing, right? But the unworthiness. Go to 2 Corinthians.
Come on. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12.
Go ahead.
For we dare not make ourselves of the number,
Go ahead.
or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves.
Go ahead. This is the point. Go ahead.
But they measuring themselves by themselves.
Yeah. What are you measuring yourself by? What are you measuring yourself up to? Some chick that he ain't even looking at? What are you measuring yourself by? Some woman that you think he wants? Or a situation that you think he wants to get into? No, you should measure yourself according to your ability and what he's actually saying. Right? Ain't nobody, first of all, we're not retarded in here. Right? Everyone we all get older, and guess what? We put on weight, we change the looks. That's why I said beauty is vain. But we understand that. Getting with anybody, we understand what? The looks that you got with her for 20 years ago, they're not gonna be the same looks. But guess what? Does it mean that she lost points in your eyes? No. No. It don't mean that, sister. Right? If you aging like fine wine, like the fine wine that you are, he's gonna appreciate. Like I'm gonna put my rib on blast. Her thing is the gray hairs. They starting to come. And me, I'm like, nah, the gray hairs is dope. Like, it's a good look. And she's like, nah, I don't like them. Nah, I'm like, dude, I like it. Like, I'm not tripping on the gray hairs, right? Because I know I've got significantly gray. Not saying because I got.
You accept it because you got it.
I'm not saying because I got on my rib, I got gray. It's just natural. I'm getting older. But I'm like, the gray hairs look good. They give her that mature look. She don't look damn old. She don't look old at all. But she's apprehensive and self-conscious about that. And I'm like, nah, you good. You good. You know, like, you know, it makes certain styles look really good. And it's not even a lot. She be acting like, man, she be capping. Anyway, the point is, what are you measuring yourself by? Right? What are you looking at? And are you really asking me if it's a problem? Because if you ask me if it's a problem, I'm telling you, oh, I ain't tripping on that. right? I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about this if it becomes an issue, if it becomes a health problem, if it's something that's going to keep you from not being here to be a wife going forward, then that's when it becomes the problem, sis. But don't make a problem that's not a problem, so that we can have problems. You like that? Read.
And comparing themselves among themselves
Come on.
are not wise.
It's not wise to do so. Go to Proverbs 27:2. It's not wise to be comparing yourselves to the Instagram chick that he'll never meet. Or to this Instagram socialite that he'll never meet, that he'll never see. It's not wise. Just do what you gotta do. Proverbs 27 and verse 2.
Proverbs 27 verse 2.
Go ahead.
Let another man praise thee,
Come on.
and not thy own mouth.
Sometimes, a lot of the times, we try to praise or discredit ourselves when no one is discrediting you. So your own discredit of your own self is what brings on this "I'm not worthy" mentality. When all you gotta do is just sit back and let the others speak on you. Let your children, let your husband, let the other sisters, the other brothers. We all can feel unworthy at times. But then is that how you feel, or is that the actual narrative that's being painted? A lot of it is how you just feel about yourself, right? You look in the mirror, you look at certain, and you're like, I wish I had the, and now you're like, man, I ain't. But she ain't looking at you because you ain't got a six pack. She actually likes the bare belly. Some sisters like it. Just stop. Some sisters like it. They like the six pack covering. It's a covering for the six pack. It's a keg. It's a keg.
Six pack for.
But you downplaying yourself like I'm fat and I'm disgusting, and then, well, this is the thing. If you feel a certain way about yourself, instead of bitching about it, just change it.
Do something.
Just do something about it, right? But instead of complaining, oh, woe is me, just do something. Get in the gym, take a walk, change your diet, whatever you got to do. If you feel a certain way about yourself, sister, well, consult with your husband, see how he feels, and maybe he'll give you the insight, and then y'all can come up with a plan to make a change together. Hey, let's go on a fast. Let's go on some walks. Let's do it. If it's about, sisters, y'all always worried about y'all weight. So that's why I'm using that. Y'all always, no matter how skinny y'all are, y'all always be worried about the weight, right? That's always a thing. I'm getting fat. And it's like, not really. But if you feel like that, just hit the gym, B. Leave me out of it. Because if I'm saying lie, and you're like, well, but look, I'm like, leave me out of it. If I say, yeah, I'm bad, I'm the bad guy. Yeah, you're getting a little thick in the edges. Getting a little thick around the edge.
Yeah, so there's some questions or conversations that you can don't get baited into.
Yeah, you gotta. No, Dave, I'll be like, nah, man, you good. Yeah, I'm not getting baited in. I don't even look. Proverbs 26, read 27 and verse 2, and then slide to 26 and 12. Read it again.
Proverbs 27 verse 2. Let another man praise thee,
Right.
and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips.
Right. So listen to the others about you before you take just your opinion on yourself and you become conceited. Proverbs 26 and 12.
Proverbs 26 verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit?
Right.
There is
How
more.
long have we been going, Corey? Go ahead.
There is more hope of a fool than of him.
Right. There's more. Once you start to that conceit, 2 hours and what?
23.
Damn. Once you start getting that conceited mind, what happens? Well, you become foolish. So I'm gonna just close it out here, right? I wanted to just make sure this was one class. What's the solution on both parties? Well, you got to reopen the treasure chest. So this is the solution. Reopen the treasure chest. How do we fix it? How do we fix the man how do we fix the man divesting? How do we fix the woman divesting? To divest is the reversal or the opposite of invest. So when you divest, you take things away, you strip things away. How do we stop it? Well, with any investment, what are you taking? With any
risk.
investment, you're taking a what?
A risk.
So you got, right. So you got to go back into risk mode of, you know what? I'm willing to risk. I'm willing to risk my time. I'm willing to invest at a risk. Not that you're going to take a loss, but you got to be willing to take a loss. You got to be willing to give that person a chance knowing that, hey, it could turn out the same way. Or it could be better. But you have to be willing if you want some type of change. Right? Go to, so what? So for the husband, he must invest without immediate return. He must pour into the bag with holes until his consistency patches the holes up. So you got to work at patching up that bag before you invest in it and being consistent, right? Go to Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 1. Read it real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1.
Read.
Cast thy bread upon the waters.
So you got to cast your bread up on the waters. You just got to go out there and just, you got to just do the thing. You just got to cast your bread. Go ahead.
For thou shalt find it after many days.
Right. It might not happen right away, but you're going to get something. But you got to believe that you're going to get something. Read.
Give a portion to 7.
Right.
And also to 8.
So what is it saying? A lot of people like to use this scripture like, see, you got to have 8 streams of income. Well, hey, that's what it's basically saying. You got to invest in different places and different areas when it comes to this person. Go ahead.
For thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth.
Yeah, you don't know where that seed is going to get choked out. So you got to plant many different seeds in this person, in this situation. Go ahead.
If the clouds be full of rain,
Come on.
they empty themselves upon the earth.
Come on.
And if the tree falls toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falleth, there it shall be.
Read.
He that observeth the wind.
See, and this problem, you start to observe the wind. Stop observing the wind. Oh, it's too windy. I can't go out. Nah, just go out. Go ahead.
Shall not sow.
Read.
And he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap.
Yeah, it's too cloudy, so I ain't gonna go. Nah, just go out. Just go invest. Just, hey, you might take a risk. You're taking a risk, you might get a loss, but guess what? You might get blessed. That rain might be what you need to get them seeds going. You just misinterpreted it. Go ahead.
As thou knowest not what is the way of the spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. Even so thou knowest not the works of God,
Right.
who maketh all.
Read 6.
In the morning sow thy seed,
Come on.
and in the evening withhold not thine hand.
Read.
For thou knowest not whether shall prosper.
See that? So go out and sow your seed. Invest. You don't know what's going to come of it. Get back to investing in her. Get back into opening up yourself to be invested in, because you don't know what can come of it. Maybe we learned our lessons. Maybe we figured it out. But you will never know if you don't take the risk. Go ahead. Some niggas ain't willing to risk it all. You better risk it all. Try to risk it all.
Hey, all or nothing. I'm all in.
Go ahead.
Either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good.
Right. And so for the wife, she gotta choose to become vulnerable again. So that's a risk. Because now you're opening yourself up for what? The same issues that you had before, or to change. Right? She gotta unlock those bars of the castle to let the king in, right? Go to Ezekiel 11:19. And read that 2 Corinthians for me. Go to Ezekiel 11 and 19. So she gotta become vulnerable, man. She gotta open up her heart. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 11 verse 19.
Go ahead.
And I'll give them one heart.
Come on.
And I'll put a new spirit within you.
So she has to allow that spirit to be renewed in her. That first spirit, that first love, that first mind. Go ahead.
And I will take the stony heart out of their flesh.
Read.
I will give them an heart of flesh.
Right. So the Most High is already going to do this for us, but we got to be willing to do it for ourselves. You don't have to wait for the Most High to do this in the last days. We should be doing this now through his word, through his wisdom. Removing the stony heart to get that fleshly heart that can accept criticisms, that can accept the deposit. Go to read that Corinthians for me. Y'all can read 2 Corinthians 6 and 11. I'm gonna have him read it in the CEV because of the wording. Go ahead.
Friends in Corinth, we are telling you the truth when we say there's room in our hearts for you.
So this is Paul letting the Corinthians know that he said our hearts are open wide unto you. Go ahead.
We are not holding back our love for you.
Go ahead.
But you are holding back on your love for us.
And that's the point. Like he was reminding them, y'all holding back y'all love for us. Y'all holding back. And so the risk is I can't hold back. As much as it feels like it's not going to be anything, I can't hold back. Go ahead.
I speak to you as I would to my own children.
Go ahead.
Please make room in your hearts for us.
Yeah, and that's the point, man. We got to make room, sisters. You got to make the room. If you feel like it's doom and gloom, find a way to make the room in your heart to be able to open up this reciprocal of deposit, investment. Because the more you're invested in, the more you are able to draw from those investments too. So we're gonna end it right there. That was part 2. I'll come back with part 3, I think, next week. Any questions? No questions? Yeah, we thank y'all for sticking it out with us, for all those that did. Pour your spirit in her continually and consistently, hoping the Lord will give the increase. That's the point, sis. Yeah, that's what it is. It's about pouring the spirit out into that person. Most High is going to increase it if it's done in the right way, if it is done out of love and sincerity. And that's what we always got to remember. Who are we doing things towards? It's always got to be the Most High involved. Right? So hopefully y'all got something from that. I definitely appreciate all the participation in the chat. That's dope. That means that y'all are attentive, that y'all are receiving the investment that's being put out there. Right? So hopefully now, years from now, whatever, you're able to have a return on the investment. Remember, if anybody likes to help out with the school rent and out here in Houston, we are a little bit short. So if you'd like to help us out, we appreciate it. The Cash App and the Zelle is inside the description of the video. You can shoot any funds there to help us out. We definitely short on the rent. These people ain't playing with their rent money. Remember, sign up for the Passover if you haven't, RSVP. Brothers, get your Passover money in. If you can, get in the $250 for the Passover. I'm waiting on a little bit of bread so I can reserve the spot. Haven't been able to do it yet because ain't no moolah. So it just is what it is. I get it. Everybody waiting on what they're waiting on. It's tax season, so everybody's waiting. I get it. But if you can help out before then, feel free. With that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.